It started with shattered trust and ended with shredded metal. My 17-year-old son, Bryce, stood in the driveway, trembling beside the car we'd given him for Christmas. What used to be a modest but proud symbol of his growing independence was now a vandalized wreck. Paint, glue, feathers, confetti, flat tires, destroyed handles, windows covered in slashes of color like some kind of sick joke. And I stood there too, watching him take it all in. This boy, who was trying so hard to be a man, as his world quietly fractured beneath the weight of someone else's rage. That someone was Lana, 17, our neighbor, my son's ex-girlfriend, and standing beside her in the footage from our home security camera, her 23-year-old brother. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a teenage meltdown. This was destruction, calculated, deliberate, cruel, and it didn't come out of nowhere. I'd never liked Lana. From the beginning, there was something off, a tension that hung in the air when she came over, like static before a storm, always demanding Bryce's attention, always suspicious, calling him a cheater with no evidence, screaming outside our home when he didn't respond fast enough. Whether it was 7 in the morning or 11 at night, if Bryce didn't answer her texts, she'd show up, banging on the door, voice raised, panic and fury tangled together. I saw what was happening, even if he couldn't. And the worst part? He thought it was normal. He thought that love came with chaos, that affection meant surveillance, that silence was betrayal. My wife and I tried to talk to him, gently, carefully. We didn't want to trigger something worse by pushing too hard. Lana's behavior wasn't just erratic, it was frightening. We feared that if we made him break it off, she might hurt him. So we tried to steer him away slowly, carefully, subtly. Looking back, I wonder if that was cowardly, if our silence, even in the name of safety, was its own kind of failure. But eventually, they broke up. He told us it was over, and, surprisingly, Lana stayed quiet. No more outbursts, no visits, just silence. And even Bryce thought it was suspicious. I told him not to poke at fate. If he got out clean, he should run and not look back. But fate wasn't done yet. A few weeks after the breakup, scratches started appearing on his car. Thin lines across the paint, barely noticeable. At first, we knew it was Lana. We had cameras. We saw glimpses, her silhouette, her timing. It didn't take a detective. But Bryce, ever the peacemaker, decided not to press the issue. The damage was minimal. He said it wasn't worth it. But I felt something in my gut. A warning. A knot of unease I couldn't shake. So I redirected one of our cameras, pointed it right at the car, just in case. And then came the night everything broke. We woke up to chaos. The car was trashed, not scratched, not dinged, trashed. Paint poured over the hood. Thick, sticky glue smeared across every handle. Feathers clinging to every inch. Confetti jammed into the wheel wells. The tires, flat. Windows, coated. It looked like a deranged circus had exploded in our driveway. Bryce was speechless. My wife was in tears. And me? I was done. We called the police, pulled the footage, and there she was, Lana, laughing, strutting around the car like it was a performance, and next to her, enabling it all, her older brother, 23 and complicit, an adult helping a child vandalize property out of spite. The officers took one look at the footage and acted fast. Her brother was arrested. Lana, still 17, was processed as a minor. But her parents? They didn't come to apologize. They came to negotiate. They offered to buy Bryce a new car. A better one, they said. They'd send Lana to therapy, make sure she got help. They tried to smile, to smooth it over, as if this was a misunderstanding, as if we were neighbors arguing over a hedge, not trying to recover from criminal damage. I said no. No deals, no easy exits. Not after watching her laugh before the sirens arrived. Not after watching her destroy something we gave our son with love. Not after watching the light in Bryce's eyes flicker as he realized what kind of person he trusted. She didn't get to hurt people and walk away clean because her parents had money and guilt. And suddenly, we became the bad guys. "You're being too harsh," they said. "She's just a girl." But girls grow into women, and kids grow into adults. And if she didn't learn now, when would she? This wasn't just about a car. It was about control, entitlement, the idea that when someone tells you no, you're allowed to retaliate. That heartbreak gives you permission to harm. That property is disposable if it belongs to someone who hurt your pride. I couldn't let her believe that, not with my son as her target, not with her brother walking free just a year ago and now in jail. So we pressed charges. We're still pressing charges. We're going through the system, not out of vengeance, but out of necessity. To draw a line, to say, this is where it stops. And maybe, just maybe, this will be the wake-up call she needs. Maybe the system will mandate therapy. Maybe this will scare her straight. Maybe her parents will finally realize that money doesn't erase damage. But maybe not. Maybe this is just the beginning for her. Maybe the next boy won't be so lucky. I don't know. All I know is this. We gave our son a gift. She turned it into a weapon. And now she has to answer for it. So, am I the asshole? Or am I just the father of a boy who deserved better? This story isn't just about a car. It's about the way love can curdle into obsession. The way boundaries, when ignored, become battlegrounds. What began as teenage romance turned into psychological warfare. And the cost wasn't just financial. It was emotional, violent, real. And here's the hard truth. Emotional abuse doesn't always come with bruises. Sometimes it comes with laughing vandalism and broken trust. And the ones who suffer most are often the quiet ones. The kids who try to be mature, who try not to make a scene, who think that patience will fix what control has broken. Bryce deserved safety. He deserved peace. And his parents, by refusing the easy way out, gave him something just as valuable, the right to say no, the right to demand accountability, the right to stand up when silence would have been simpler. So now we ask you, if it were your child, would you take the deal? Or would you stand your ground? Let us know in the comments, and remember, it's not always about revenge. Sometimes it's about protection. This has been AITA Story Vault, where stories aren't just told, they're witnessed.